Last time I kind of checked in with you guys in my Black Ops 2 kind of first impressions video, I did kind of state I was having a few issues with this game. But now, I'm not gonna lie, mistakes had been made when I was kind of making that video, which definitely kind of impaired my judgment of the game quite substantially. Yesterday, I was looking through my settings. You can go into the barracks, or before you even go onto the multiplayer online menu, I was kind of having a look through sensitivities and stuff. And if you notice, just below sensitivities, there's a little kind of option called target assist. Unfortunately for me, I had realised that I had accidentally, when I was not playing so well, I must have been on the release night, the first night of the game, when I was fiddling around with the sensitivities, because obviously target aim assist is just below sensitivities. I had actually turned that off without me knowing. So for the last couple of days, I've actually been playing Call of Duty with no aim assist whatsoever. For a lot of you, you're probably thinking, oh, that's not really a problem, is it? But I know on PC they don't actually have aim assist, but for console it's on for default. So everyone who's playing Black Ops 2 online, unless they have switched it off like I stupidly did, will actually have this aim assist turned on. And you would not believe how much it actually changes how well you can do in this game. As soon as I turned it on, I was able to actually try and get some decent gameplays, and I was thinking, wow, I've just literally went through hell and back with this game thinking, well, this is terrible, I've wasted my money, I'm really not enjoying this. Because when I was aiming at people, I kind of thought, you know, when you're playing, you can see your aim is actually on, but with console you need to have the target assist on just so it gives you a bit of stickiness, so it actually kind of locks onto them. So it sort of locks onto them. It sounds a bit overpowered, I know, but it kind of sticks on them and just makes sure your aim stays on them. Obviously, when you don't have that on, when people are strafing left or right, or whenever you're strafing, because I'm one of the players from Modern Warfare 3 which relied, I'm not going to lie, very heavily on Stalker. This is why I really like the stock in this game, because A, it doesn't take up one of the perk slots, so that's a bonus, means I can use something else, and it's an attachment, so it's nice and easy to kind of whack on, and it's still in the game. But obviously, when I'm strafing left and right, trying to kill, obviously, these enemies, it does throw your aim off quite substantially. So, when I decided I'd realised I'd done that and turned aim assist back on, the level of gameplay I was able to get soared. I was kind of impressed though, I'm not going to lie. When I was playing without it, I was still able to go positive, which I know for a lot of people is like, oh, it's not very good. But trust me, believe you me, if you go into the menus and turn target aim assist off and try and go positive, it is a lot harder than you actually think, unless you can literally get right behind all the enemies and kind of get lucky. But it does really affect your aim. You would not believe it. It is incredible. But anyway, what is the gameplay in the background? This is actually my first game of my going into my first prestige. So I am using the default M27, I do believe, assault rifle. So that's got the reticle sights, the reflex sights, sorry, and fast marks, which is probably my favourite kind of two attachments combination anyway. So, and this assault rifle is very good. So score streaks as well on it, you've got the default ones. I didn't obviously couldn't have changed them because I wasn't at high enough level, because being level 1 you don't actually have that option. So it's got the UAV, so you're getting those juicy UAV assists. As I always say, you probably want to have that on to allow you to kind of rack up that score streak. Look at that, in that spray and another UAV assist there, that's going to be helping substantially a lot. And obviously if you've got the UAV twinned with the lightning strike, you can either save the UAV or just hope that one of your kind of friendly allies brings a UAV in. But if you use them both at the same time, if you use your lightning strike just as the wave of the UAV comes across the screen, it is going to be deadly. One thing I do find the lightning strike is very useful for is kind of objective gameplay. Because you know when they, look, here you go, right over on C. If we had that flag and they were all over there, if I whack that down there, they were not going to be able to cap that flag. So I always find it's a good thing. Oh, nearly got killed in the back there. think I wait on him here. But I always find it is a very, very good thing to kind of hold a lightning strike back and picking up another dragonfire there, and then get this cheeky little target finder. I quite like the target finder. The only thing is, I don't know, the reticle does kind of take up a lot of your screen. However, I think that they made a good trade-off there, because it takes up a lot of your screen, but it does show up enemies. So, you know, can't have it all. But anyway, what I was saying, if you've got a lightning strike in your pocket, when it says losing A, losing B, losing C or something like that, bring it out. The pace in which it comes in, you should be able to stop enemies from capping that flag, and like especially if it's B flag, because we all know how hard that is actually to capture. So if you've got a lightning strike there, if you just put all 3 of the position markers onto B, there should not really be any way in which they're going to be able to avoid kind of getting killed on this flag. You see here, I've gone into my Dragonfire. I do think the Dragonfire is a little bit of an underrated streak. I was talking to my friends on Xbox last night, and there's a couple of ways which you can use this. You can either use it really, really high in the air, but the only thing with this is people expect, obviously, the Dragonfire to be quite high, because, you know, it's a flying kill streak. So when people kind of see it coming in and see it on the radar flying about, I think their immediate reaction is to look straight up in the air. So as you can see what I'm doing here, I'm literally hovering about waist to head height, and you know, it might be a little bit easier to shoot down, but I think a lot of people actually look straight up. See, stupid positioning there when I brought it in, so I got killed. So it could have been one less death. Shocking. But if you kind of hover at ground or waist height, it means it's going to be a lot harder for the enemies to get first shots on the Dragonfire, because they're immediately going to be looking up in the air, and then if you go flying at their face level, they're not going to be quite sure what to do. So that's one good way to use the Dragonfire. One thing I was kind of thinking of incorporating into my channel is, I'm someone who uses grenades an awful lot on especially Domination. So I was wondering whether you guys wanted, for my tips and tricks kind of episode, for me to do some grenade save spots. So what that is when you're in a certain part of the map and you hear losing A, losing B, losing C, something like that, that you can go to a certain space where you're not too close to the flag, so it's not really going to be a problem to you, but where you can kind of like loop it, chuck it up and over buildings, or kind of through a window, through 2 windows, or something like that. So it will land on the flag, obviously, to deny the enemy capturing it. And obviously, in Domination, that will give you 125 points, I do believe that is, because that's killing an attacker. Can't remember if you get any more if they're actually on the flag as well. So that could be a very, very viable thing for me to do, just so you can get those score streaks a little bit easier. See, I'm racking up, and I think I'm close to another lightning strike, which was pretty pleasing, if I do say so myself. Overall then, looking back onto kind of my stupidities, and now kind of looking at Black Ops 2 in a different light, you see 3 people jumping on the flag here. 1, 2, 3, triple kill. Unfortunately, I did try and pop around to get the quad feed, but this geezer was kind of hiding behind the statue, and I was like, bro, back off, I'm not going into that. But yeah, so you see, this is the lightning strike technique I was talking about. Whack it straight on whack it straight on A to get the triple kill to stop them capping it. So very, very useful. So kind of looking back onto the first kind of possibly week which we're approaching now, kind of looking back onto Black Ops 2 as a whole. Obviously, don't want to be making too many judgments so far. You want to be kind of thinking overall in a month, maybe looking back and thinking, oh, maybe I shouldn't have got this, I'm not enjoying it that much, or yeah, it was a good buy, or stuff like that. But looking back, after I've kind of sorted my initial issues, I'm still getting a few connection issues, which is a bit annoying, but because I'm sharing it through my computer, I really cannot avoid that. But I do think it is quite a good game there. I do have a few qualms with the maps, like they're nice and small, which is kind of what I prefer, nice fast pace and kind of things like that. And the kill streaks are good, they have good payoff rewards and stuff. And you've got more kind of incentives to be team players with UAVs, orbital VSATs, jumping on flags and all that. But there's far too many head glitch spots and things like that, so it still does cater towards camping, which I know they wanted to kind of push away with kind of nerfing a ghost and all that good stuff. But you know, I think they've done what they can. Anyway, the gameplay has come to an end. This is 15-4 for the first game of my prestige. I did 11 levels because it was double XP, but it was an absolutely monstrous game. I was very pleased with that. So if you have enjoyed, maybe consider subscribing and kind of checking out some previous videos. And I'll see you guys later for some more Black Ops 2.
Your will has given you strength.